to lead me. You should go over me do roti. And the prize from the door. Don't worry me. Ooh, that's why I follow. Decided to follow Jesus. Decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. Oh. All right, on that note, on that Gaze Baba note, I want to welcome you to another exciting, insightful edition of Purpose and You Talk Show. And when you have decided to follow Jesus, that means you have decided to be different. And that's why I'm here in my fitness clothes, gym clothes, sports clothes to show how fit I am and ready to make a huge difference tonight on this show. This night I'm very excited because a dream that I have nurtured for about 6-7 years, a baby I've been pregnant with, has been born today. The song on the background is by Gaze Baba, a very different gospel minister. Yes, he's a gospel minister, but he's a different one at that. He sings Afro gospel, and he's one of those artists that exemplifies this message, which is there to be different. And tonight, Mr. Purpose, on this show, a lot of things might happen. We're going to box the devil, box out ignorance, box out darkness, and we're going to spill a lot of truth that would help you bear fruits, and positive fruits at that. So just let me allow you rather to enjoy the Gaze Baba song. When this song was released, because it was different, because the beat was different, because the energy was different, boom, it made a lot of positive impact and gained so many views. I think the year 2025, this was one of the most viewed songs on YouTube, just because he dared to be different. And guess what? It was not in 2025 that Gaze Baba came on the scene. He had been on the path of his own personal purpose for about 15-16 years, crafting his voice in the dark. And that voice today is being sought after all over the world because of this principle of being bold to be different. And that's what I'll be teaching on tonight. My name is Mr. Purpose. If you're just joining from anywhere you are joining, you are welcome to the Purpose and You Talk Show. I'm launching my book. I've launched my book today. It's on all the digital platforms. You'll see the link shortly. Why am I so different? And I'm going to be teaching from this great book tonight. If you want to get your digital copy, the link will be dropped towards, or just look out for the link. You can get it tonight. You can launch it also. If you want to launch it beyond the cover price, please do not hold back, right? Don't be shy. Don't hold back. If you want to do that tonight, it will support the work we do for teenagers across secondary schools here in Lagos State, Nigeria. All right, so how was last week? If you joined us last week, please let me know in the comment section what you learned last week. What was the light bulb moment last week if you joined last week? All right, 2 weeks ago was also another bombshell, FAQs about purpose, and last week was another very exciting topic. I have the replay on my IG, so you can watch that. But tonight we're talking about why am I so different. Thank you, Dr. Ifunaya Eze. So that's the link to get the book for everyone that is joining us. I am so excited. All the glory to God. Big thanks to my wife, the CEO of Book Smart Global Publishing, for working tirelessly to ensure that this baby, one of my intellectual babies, one of my dream children, I'm heavily pregnant. I'm a pregnant man with a lot of ideas in the womb of my spirit, and this one was birthed, was conceived, I think, in the year 2000. This book, or 2001 or thereabout. Sorry, the year 2020. Sorry, I'm so sorry about that. 2020. And tonight I'm going to be teaching from this book, but I've actually been teaching from this book across different spheres of influence in the last 6 years. So I've seen the principles in this book transform many lives. I'm also a product of the wisdom that I'm sharing from this book. I played the song of Gaze Baba earlier. He said, I have decided to follow Jesus. Once you decide and commit to follow Jesus, then you cannot blend in. We were called out of darkness to stand out, to give light, to give insight, to give taste and beauty to a dying world. So once you are a believer, you must never be afraid to be different. You can't settle. You can't blend in. You were called to stand out. You were called to a life of contact without contamination. All right? Note that. Another thing that is going on in this season at the Purpose Discovery Academy is we are running our promo for the life-changing course, How to Find Purpose in 30 Days. How to Find Purpose in 30 Days. It will go live on Mainstack on the 1st of May, but it will be available for 45,000 naira on the 1st of May, or $45 or $50 thereabout. But if you make that purchase also tonight on this, as you're watching this video, a link will also be dropped for that, and you can get it at a 50% discount. But just click the link once you see it and make sure you sign up. Call all your family members, your young people around you. Tell them it's time for them to discover their personal purpose, because that will make them different and become a positive reference point. All right. I'm the founder of Purpose Discovery Academy. By God's grace, this is our 17th year. By September 12th, that will make it officially 17 years of being a vanguard for this message, of being a torchbearer for this unique light out of Nigeria to Africa and to the rest of the world. All right. A lot of people are just existing. A lot of people are surviving rather than thriving. And the force that can empower you to become a force to be reckoned with is the force of purpose. When you discover God's true purpose for your life, no force of darkness, no economic force will be able to hold you down, because you would always find inner power, inner staying power, to come back from every setback and turn that setback as a setup for a super comeback. All right. So, but tonight I want to teach from my book, Why Am I So Different? Why am I so different? So I'm just going to open to any random page and teach from it. Chapter 2 talks about uniformity versus unity, but I will just flow as I am led tonight from. I have a flow of thoughts as I prepared for this. Okay, so number 3 reasons why you are different. Let me just talk about 3 reasons why you are different. Number 1, you are different because of your assignment. You are different because of your assignment. A pencil must have a pointed mouth, a pointed edge, because its assignment is to help you write. An eraser has to be flat and has to be, different erasers. I watch my children when they are trying to write. They write with pencils. Now, pencils are meant for children who are just learning how to write, because they are in their learning stage. They don't use biros. Pencils are temporary inks, right? So the assignment of the pencil is meant to be used by children, early learners. So early learners use pencil. Once you graduate from being an early learner, you become an adult, then you graduate to using a biro, an ink that has a more permanent effect on any surface. So your assignment, that's why the pencil is different from the viral. I want to use something as basic, as simple as that. So the reason why you are different is because of your assignment. All right. An assignment, according to English dictionary, is a specific task, a specific duty or project given to someone. So one of the reasons why you are different and you are expected to manifest that difference is because of your assignment. If you are unaware of that assignment, you may be covering the very light that was meant to give light in the darkness where you find yourself, or in the environment where you find yourself. So let me just go gradually. The second reason why you are different is because of the consignment you are meant to deliver to the rest of humanity. The consignment inside of you, the goods. What's a consignment? The terminology comes from a business term. It's a business arrangement where a seller or a consignor places goods with a third party, what is called a consignee, to sell on their behalf. The seller now listen to this. The seller retains ownership of the goods until the item is sold, paying the agent a percentage of the sale. In this context, God is the one that puts certain goods, certain abilities, certain talents, certain unique ingredients inside of you that now he expects you to deliver the consignment based on your assignment. All right? Your assignment is one of the reasons why you are different. Your assignment. And then the next reason why you are different is because of your consignments. Your consignment, which are the traits you have, the goods on the inside. Okay? The consignments you have. What God places on the inside of you determines the external casing you would have. All right? So your consignment is another reason why you are different. Your consignment is another reason why you are different. The third reason why you are different, is your environment. Your environment. The external factors in your environment. Once you locate God's assignment for your life, once you discover the consignments inside of you, it will point you to a specific environment. And guess what? That environment will be perfect for you. So your environment is another reason why you are different. My wife and I were talking about the catfish yesterday, and I did a bit of research. Most catfish species cannot survive in salty water environment. They can't survive. They survive more in fresh water. Most freshwater catfish cannot survive in marine salt water, except for a particular species, listen to his name, called the hardhead, Areopsis felis. That's the name. And the second species that survives in highly concentrated salt water is called the gaff-top sail, found in the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic. These species possess specialized organs to handle the high salinity, that's the high concentration of salt in that environment. Now, the way God designed them, they have organs that would accommodate that harsh environment. If another fish that was not designed like that flows or swims into that physical environment, it will either die or become dormant or become passive or become inactive. All right? So the third reason why you are different is because of the environment God predesigned to accommodate your difference. So if you are going to function maximally on this earth, the first thing that you must discover is your assignment. When you discover your assignment will unlock the consignments inside of you. The consignments, you're going to be like a vessel carrying ship. There are some vessels, there are some ship that carry cars. There are some ship that carry trucks. There are some ship that carry heavy duty machines and caterpillars. Their sizes are different because of their assignment. All right? So some of you, there's a way your mind works. Your mind is designed differently. Some of you are even females, but because of the assignment you have, you are not very mushy, emotional. You are different from most girls. You should be okay in your skin. You should be comfortable in that skin, in that difference. That's what differentiates you, all right, from other females who may even bear your name, okay? And then the third reason why you are different is because of the unique environment. Apples don't grow in most parts of Africa. Apple seeds cannot grow in Nigeria, for example, because that seed has ingredients in it that the heat of the Sahara region, it will kill the potential of that seed. So if you don't know your assignment, if you don't know your consignment, one of the errors of not having a clear knowledge of the first two factors here is that many times, just because of the pursuit of money, many individuals plant themselves in the wrong environment, and then they wonder why they are not productive. They wonder why they are not passionate, why their passion begins to dwindle, why it begins to wane. They wonder why their prayer life begins to the fire on their altar begins to dwindle. You cannot be connected to Abraham and be living in Sodom. You are going to be Gomorrah. I don't know if you understand what I mean. You can't be connected to Abraham, disconnect from him, and go to Sodom. You'll be Gomorrah. You'll be totally wiped off the earth, because that environment will contaminate your spirit. It will contaminate your soul, and then you'll begin to malfunction with your body. That's why Jesus said, as believers, we are meant to function as light of the earth and salt of the earth as well. He said, if the salt has lost its saltiness, wherein can it be salted? It will be thrown away and trampled underfoot by men. Okay, so these are the first three reasons why you are different. And you must be very comfortable in your differentiation. What makes you different from other human beings are the three things I've quickly mentioned. 1, your assignment. 2, your consignment. And 3, your environment. Let me bring it to the field of sports. And that's why I'm dressed a bit in the sportswear this night. If you watch a bit of football, if you watch soccer, the assignment of the goalkeeper makes his activities different on the pitch. Makes his consignment. The consignment here now I'm referring to like the jersey he wears. The jersey of the goalkeeper is different. He needs to wear gloves because his assignment is different. And then the environment the goalkeeper functions in is just within the box 18. He doesn't go beyond that point. Most goalkeepers would never go out of the box 18, and they have a part of the box 18 called the 6-yard box. Whatever happens in that 6-yard box, the goalkeeper is always protected by referees. If you don't locate the environment that you were predesigned by God to function in, your safety may not be fully guaranteed. You will be exposing yourself to unnecessary weaknesses. You'll be exposing yourself to conditions that are harsh, that will limit your productivity. Now let's talk about difference. 3 reasons why difference exists on the earth. All right? 3 reasons why difference exists on the earth. Number 1, difference exists so that we can complement one another. So I've tagged this: difference exists for coexistence. Difference exists on the earth for coexistence. So number 1, to create complement. That means for collaboration to happen. Complement. The door needs the hinge for it to function correctly. Every door swings on the hinge. The hinge complements the door. The door is bigger than the hinge, but without the hinges, the door cannot fulfill its purpose. All right? The door and the hinge complement each other. Number 2, when you function with other people and you can complement them, one of the things that will happen is that you would inspire verbal compliments. So difference exists so that we can also inspire praise, compliments, reward, appreciation from other people. In fact, that's if you are an employee, you were hired because of the difference that you were supposed to supply to that organization. All right? Every CEO that is a good leader knows this. You cannot hire people that are exactly like you. You must hire people that are different from you, but they agree with your value system, with the vision of the organization. But in terms of their functionality, they must bring their own unique difference. So to inspire praise, to inspire compliment, that's the second reason why difference exists on the earth. The third reason why difference exists, why God deliberately created every species of animals to be different, every species of human beings. Human beings, we look like we have the same organs externally. Our eyes, our nose, every human being that is normal, you will have a pair of eyes, a pair of ears, one nose with 2 nostrils, and one mouth with a pair of lips. Those external gadgets might be the same, but we are still different. All right. So you are on this earth so that you can become a competent version in your own different and in your own different area. To become competent so that we can celebrate your competence. You are different so that you can grow in your competence. You are different so that you can manifest your competency. And that competency is what will make people celebrate you. So I'll take it again from the beginning. Difference exists so that we can coexist. Difference exists for coexistence. Number 1, to create complement. The door and the hinge example. All right. The biro and the biro cover. So the door is bigger than the hinge, but without the hinges, the door can never fulfill its purpose. It needs the hinges that are smaller in size for it to swing. We also have difference because we must inspire compliment. If you function from your area of difference, people will applaud you. People will be inspired by your performance. They will praise you. They will like, oh wow, that was so good. You know, I can sing, but I appreciate professional singers. I can't dance to save my life, so I appreciate people who have the dexterity on the dance floor. You know, if you are not very good at a particular task, you would appreciate those who have dexterity in that area. So your difference is what will make people notice you, what will make people appreciate you. You know, your rewards on this earth is tied to you, tied to how much you can manifest your area of difference. And also, the third point here is to improve and show your competency, to become competent. All right. Light shines in darkness. Keys unlock padlocks. So the key has to be different from the padlock he wants to unlock for you to be able to unlock it. But every key fits perfectly into a specific lock for you to unlock it. So even though you are different, there is a specific area of life where you would perfectly fit into. All right. So you must take note of these 3 unique factors: to create complement, that's collaboration; to inspire compliments from others. People will praise you for the things that you can do very well that they can't do, and you also will praise people. You know, you compliment them for the things that they can do so well that you are not very competent at. then to become competent. Now, how do you grow your advantage in life? How do you grow your area of difference? How do you grow your advantage? I'll share 5 quick points and we'll be done for tonight. For you to get more insights, you will need to click that link and get my latest book, Why Am I So Different? And one of the very insightful chapters for me in this book is chapter 4, where I talk about the self-discovery quadrant. Self-discovery quadrant, it talks about 4 key areas that you must find answers to, where then you can create a business or create a service. When you answer those 4 questions correctly, you will live a balanced life. You'll be able to thrive, not just survive. But you must get this book to understand what the self-discovery quadrant is. It's a very powerful insight, and I can guarantee you, once you are able to function from your self-discovery quadrant, you'll be like a square. You will be like a perfect square. You will be able to manifest greatness from a balanced perspective. How to grow your advantage? Number 1, you must acknowledge your difference. You as an individual, you must acknowledge your difference. Until you acknowledge your difference, that difference cannot give you an edge in life. God had to show Moses that there was something in his hand that was different, and that was what he was going to use. He had to ask him, what is that in your hand, Moses? Moses never knew that the rod in his hands was going to be used by God mightily. So many times we overlook, we despise the instrument of greatness that God has already positioned or deposited in our lives, or positioned it around us, that we ought to acknowledge that this thing, this instrument, this talent, this ability, this unique trait is this stone. Like David, it was the sling, 5 stones, and that slingshot was what David needed to knock out Goliath. When Saul gave David his armor, David said, I've not proven this, I've not used this. This is not my area of competency. Remember, I mentioned the 3 reasons why difference exists. Now, is it wrong to use swords and shields and spears? No. But you must never go to war using weapons that you have not mastered. You must never go to the marketplace, using skills that you have not yet proven in the dark. And like I said last week, God does not sponsor flops. So number 1, to grow your advantage, you must acknowledge your difference. You must acknowledge that this thing, this ability, this skill, this passion I have is my area of difference, and then you must accept your difference. You must accept your difference. If you are not very tall, accept it. This is one of the things that makes me different. Acknowledge your height. Acknowledge your complexion. Then accept your intonation. Accept what you cannot change about yourself. Accept what you cannot change. I'm not talking about an area of ignorance that you are lazy about. No. I'm not talking about having a bad attitude and refusing to change. No. I'm talking about specific traits that is not something you can change. That is a decision exclusively taken by God, right? Like your complexion, the shape of your nose, your natural background, the place where you grew up. All of those things has shaped you in a way that makes you uniquely different from all the other human beings on the earth. Your family background, your history, your educational background. You can't change all of those things. Accept it. Accept it, and then look at it critically again. Because there's a powerful revelation in your background that if you understand it, there's a vital connection between where you were born and why you were born. I'll say that again. There's a vital connection between where you were born and why you were born. Jesus came from Nazareth, a small, inconsequential town, because God wanted to use his life to show that he uses the least likely to do the most mighty. And Jesus was born also in Bethlehem. Bethlehem is called the house of bread, and he was to become the bread of life. Bethlehem was called the house of bread, or he's called the house of bread, and he's to become the bread of life. All right? So there's always a connection between where you were born and why you were born. So investigate your background. There are certain treasures you will find even within the pressures of your background. The things that maybe you are trying to run away from is actually what you can use to your advantage. All right? It's something you can use to your advantage. So if you're a Yoruba man, an Igbo girl, or if you're a Chinese, a Lebanese, wherever you are from, that is something that makes you different. All right? Don't try to hide the fact that you are, for example, if you are from Africa and you have a particular cultural heritage that is not against scripture, you can actually use that as a tool to draw people, to yourself or to God, because that is something that is different. It might be a meal that you know how to cook correctly. It might be a local dish, but a lot of Africans have this inferiority complex about themselves. We are Africans, not Africant. You're an African, not Africant. So don't have this negative mindset, this I can't mentality. We are African. I can mentality is the mentality that would help you turn your difference into your advantage. All right? So accept your difference. Your complexion is different. Accept it. Especially ladies, don't try and change your skin complexion. Don't go do BBL, all those things. Don't try and change your body part. Don't change the size of your boobs. Or the man that was designed for you will love your boobs, whatever size it is. You are different for a purpose, for your assignment. Okay? Point number 3, how to grow your advantage. Appreciate your difference. Appreciate it. Yes, you now begin to appreciate it. Spend some time, and you cannot appreciate what you do not know. So spend some time in discovering yourself. That's why you should sign up for the course, How to Find Your Personal Purpose, right? Sign up for that course. It's a 4-week course, a 30 days course. By the time you are done with that course, you would fall in love with yourself all over again. You would appreciate yourself. And whatever you appreciate will appreciate. All right? Whatever you acknowledge, you would accept. Whatever you accept, then you appreciate. You appreciate yourself. Take yourself out for dinner. Take yourself out for lunch. Appreciate yourself. Don't always criticize your efforts. When you do something, even though you are not yet at your best, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Write a love note to yourself this week after this video call. Appreciate yourself. Spend time writing about yourself. Write things that you do correctly. Write things that you do very well. Appreciate your difference. All right? Don't spend 2 hours in the kitchen cooking a meal and then you talk down on that meal. Don't do that. Taste the meal and say, this tastes very nice. I'm a very good cook. I'm getting better. If you are into public speaking, speak in front of a mirror, record that speech, and appreciate yourself. Applaud yourself, right? Take a picture of yourself, your current version right now. Appreciate that current version. You may not be exactly where you desire to be, but you are not where you used to be. All right? Don't let your inner critic destroy your self-esteem. Don't let your inner critic destroy your self-image. Don't damage the image and the glory of God on your inside. All right? You must be the first believer in your own abilities. That is how you will convert your difference to your advantage. Zacchaeus was a short, brief man, but he converted that disadvantage to disadvantage we're talking about by appreciating his difference. In Luke 19, you will see the story there. He analyzed the situation. There was a crowd around Jesus. There was a press around him. But Zacchaeus was short, but because he had done a proper analysis of his strengths. When you are not very tall, your sense of gravity is quite low. So he ran ahead of the crowd. People that are not so tall are actually blessed with speed, right? Because their distance from gravity is not so much, so they're able to gain acceleration fast. So when you properly analyze yourself, you will see that you are actually not as bad as you think, or not as bad as people say you are. Don't expose yourself to people that always criticize you, always criticize what you do. That's Satan's ploy. You know, when Nehemiah began to build the wall of Jerusalem again, the Sanballats of this world, the Tobias and the Sanballats, they will always gather to criticize what you are building. And don't be so quick to go publicize something you are still nurturing, because when you are nurturing some ideas and those ideas are not very solidified in your own conviction, if you expose it too fast, the people around you may act like the brothers of Joseph. They want to bury your dream too quickly. Some people that have 2 by size minds, they can't accommodate the size of your 20 by 20 vision. They want to reduce your vision to their size. They want to capsize the ship before it even sails. So you must appreciate yourself. Blow yourself a kiss in the morning when you wake up. You know, speak greatness into your own subconsciousness. Stand in front of the mirror and say you are great. You are a piece of art. You are a masterpiece from the master. Appreciate yourself. If you cannot afford a $50,000 perfume, you know, whatever perfume you can afford, buy it and spray it on your body. You know, blow yourself a kiss. Take yourself out on a date if you are a single lady. Be the very first to appreciate your own good work, because you are a piece of art. You are a piece of art. You were handcrafted by the Almighty. Don't ever make 2 mistakes when you make a mistake. Don't make one. There are 2 mistakes to make. There are 2 mistakes a lot of people make when they make a mistake. They make the mistake, they don't acknowledge that they have made a mistake. Then they never learn from it. So when you make a mistake, that's a learning point. You take the lesson from it and you get better. Rather than become bitter, you get better. You get better. All right. Then the 4th thing you can do to grow your advantage is to affirm your difference. Affirm your difference. This will take some time. When you affirm your difference, you are going to become your conviction about your strengths. That's how you solidify your own conviction. Like David, how dare you face Goliath with a slingshot and 5 stones? David had affirmed his own difference in the dark. You affirm your difference on a daily basis in the dark. You do it on a daily basis. You stand in front of a mirror. You perform for an audience of 1. If whatever it is that God now begins to reveal to you, or when you take the course, how to find your purpose in 30 days, and you begin, and that course will point you to you. It will reveal you to you. Whatever it is that you discover is within your capacity, your subconscious, you bring it out, then you affirm it. One of the ways you affirm it is that you educate yourself in that area. You take a course in that area. You get a mentor in that area. You speak that, whatever it is, you speak to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror every day and you say, I am the best life purpose mastery coach out of Africa. You say, I'm the best relationship coach, certified relationship coach. You are certified from heaven before you are certified from men. I'm the best etiquette coach. I'm the best chef. I'm the best laundryman. Whatever it is, you affirm it into your subconscious. Then you go and get an education in that area. When you educate your talent, you see, I say it this way, you take your talent to school before you take it to the marketplace. You must take your talent to school before you take it to the marketplace. So you get an education in that specific area of discovery. You affirm it. You affirm it. When you affirm it, through this principle of getting an education, all right? So you affirm firstly through affirmation, your own words, saying it to yourself over and over and again on a daily basis, then through education, self-education, and then through a process called mentoring. You know, go get a mentor in that area that you can serve with that area of difference. And then the last but not the least, you amplify your difference. You amplify your difference. This is when you now begin to advertise, when you begin to add value to other human beings. You amplify your difference. David affirmed his difference. He said to Saul, King Saul, I killed the bear, I killed the lion with this same slingshot. So it doesn't matter if what you are doing is not very popular yet. You can't enter dominion if you are always seeking public opinion for validation before you will believe in something God has placed within your area of competence. So it's called self-mastery. You must master self. Self-mastery is the key to life mastery. So when you have done these 4 things, then you are ready to amplify your difference. Number 1, you acknowledge your difference. You must acknowledge that it's there. Accept your difference. Number 3, you appreciate that difference. Number 4, you affirm that difference. Firstly, using your own words. You stand in front of a mirror every day. You affirm your difference. You speak to yourself. I am a wise XYZ. I am the you say, and then whatever God shows you from His Word, you say those words to yourself, looking into a mirror. It's called a mirror test. It's part of what you would encounter if you take the course. All right. You can't build muscles by carrying pillows. You can't build muscles by carrying pillows. You must wake up every day to fight for your identity and not allow the noise or noisemakers to drown your conviction, drown you in their own negativity and the naysayers. Don't flow with the tide. You were designed by God to stand out from the crowd, and anyone that will it is said this way, anyone that wants to lead the orchestra must be willing to back the crowd. If you want to lead the orchestra, you must be willing to back the crowd. So you amplify your difference once you have been able to acknowledge your difference, accept your difference, appreciate your difference, affirm your difference, amplify your difference, and then you will be ready to serve a larger mass of people with that unique ability or skill. This book has more secrets that will help you. Why am I so different? It is available on Mainstack. The link has been posted here, or you can check. You can send me a DM whenever you watch this video. Just send a DM and ask for a link. Just a link for Why Am I So Different, and it will be sent to you. But also, we are currently running a 50% discount promo on our flagship course, How to Find Your Personal Purpose. That course will transform your life in 30 days. How to Find Your Purpose in 30 days is currently running on a 50% discount promo, and that is going to transform your life. All right. So if this has really blessed you, please share this link with your friends, your families, and even your foes. By God's grace, I will be back next week with a guest. There will be a guest on the show next week, and you will love the conversation. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you, Ifunaya, for your administrative support. Thank you also to my wife for her editorial and publishing services. So this book, The Hottest Intellectual Property from the Stables of the Purpose Discovery Academy. If you have been blessed by this, then I want to send you right now to the gym, to the mental gym and the spiritual gym, and also the physical gym, because you need to be fit to do great feats in life. Dare to be different. Don't be afraid to stand out, because you were never designed to blend in. Exceed as you proceed. I'll see you again next week on another insightful, exciting episode of the Purpose and You Talk Show. My name is Mr. Purpose International. God bless you.